Hello students, hope you are well. In previous video we have discussed work done in isothermal and adiabatic process. We also discussed slope of isothermal and adiabatic. We know that slope of adiabatic curve is more than isothermal curve. Now let us compare work done in the two processes. First, expansion. Let us suppose initial volume is V1 and final volume is V2. System expands isothermally, system expands adiabatically. This slope is less, so it is isothermal. This slope is more, so it is adiabatic. So during expansion, work done in isothermal process is given by this area. This is area 1, and work done in adiabatic process is given by this area, area number 2. Very clearly, area 1 is more than area 2. It means during expansion, for same change in volume, work done in isothermal process is more than work done in adiabatic process. By same logic, we understand in compression. This slope is more, this slope is less, so it is adiabatic process, it is isothermal. And system is compressed. Initial volume is more, final volume is less. This is work done in adiabatic process in compression, and this is work done in isothermal process in compression. Here you can say that area of adiabatic process is more than area of isothermal process. So in compression, work done is more in adiabatic process and less in isothermal process. Students, now we are going to discuss molar specific heat. In class 10th you have studied specific heat. I hope most of you remember the definition of specific heat. I repeat, specific heat is defined as heat required to raise unit mass of substance by 1 degree C or 1 Kelvin. But when you define molar specific heat, it is defined as heat required to raise temperature of 1 mole of gas by 1 degree C or 1 Kelvin. I repeat, heat required to raise temperature of 1 mole of gas by 1 degree C or 1 Kelvin is called molar specific heat. Molar specific heat is defined in two conditions: at constant volume and at constant temperature. Molar specific heat at constant volume, Cv is equal to heat supplied at constant volume upon mu delta T. Mu is number of moles, delta T is change in temperature. And molar specific heat at constant pressure, Qp upon mu delta T. Heat supplied at constant pressure per unit mole per unit rise in temperature. Unit joule per mole Kelvin. Students, let us establish relation between Cp and Cv. Cp is always greater than Cv because heat supplied at constant pressure does work as well as it changes internal energy, while heat supplied at constant volume only increases internal energy for same change in temperature. Therefore, heat supplied at constant pressure is always more than heat supplied at constant volume if temperature change is same in both the conditions. So QP is always greater than QB. We have just discussed formula of CV and formula of CP. Let us suppose 1 mole of gas, and in both the conditions change in temperature is 1 Kelvin. Change in temperature is delta T, not 1 Kelvin. So by this equation, QB is equal to mu is equal to 1, so QB is equal to CV delta T. Similarly, from here, QP is equal to CP delta T. QP is equal to delta U plus W by first law of thermodynamics. Heat supplied at constant pressure increases internal energy as well as it does work. And QP is equal to CP delta T. Therefore, you can write CP delta T is equal to delta UP plus P delta V. Now apply first law of thermodynamics on constant volume process, that is CV delta T. So QB is equal to delta UV, because in isochoric process, that is when volume is constant, work done is 0. So work done has become 0. So QB is equal to delta U and QB is equal to CV delta T. So writing the values, we get equation number 2. Since change in temperature in both the conditions are same, therefore change in internal energy is also same. So equating the internal energy, put the values of delta UP and delta UV from equations 1 and 2. CV is transferred this side, P delta V that side. Delta T is common. So Cp minus Cv delta T is equal to P delta V. For 1 mole of gas, you can write PV is equal to RT. Differentiate this equation, you can write P delta V is equal to R delta T. So in place of P delta V, you can write R delta T. Delta T is cancelled, so we get Cp minus Cv is equal to R. This is relation between Cp and Cv, and this equation is called Mayer's formula. Students, we are giving videos as well as we are teaching in online classes. I am mainly focusing on completing of syllabus through videos and revision of taught classes through videos in online classes. So you have to give equal importance to both the methods of teaching, videos as well as online classes, and you are most welcome to ask your doubts. Second information, you have to complete your project by 19th of October, and when information is given officially from school side, you will bring your file for correction. Keep in mind, project is very important part of your examination. It counts for 15 marks. So you have to make neat and clean project properly written. Thank you, students. One more chapter is left as per your half-yearly syllabus. In next videos, I will try to complete this chapter. Meantime, your revision classes will keep on going. Thank you, students. God bless you.